Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Almost Martha. And today we're going to make something that is really good. It's really good for you, but you might not be making it correctly when you try it at home. So we're going to make a very tasty, and I'm going to say tasty one more time, a very tasty kale salad. But there are some tricks about kale that might help you recreate those kale salads you like when you go out to a restaurant and the kale is edible and it's not like eating a box of cardboard. So we're going to work on this together. I'll show you some tips and tricks to make kale much more palatable, even delicious. So hang with me and let's make a tasty kale salad. A lot of people have a love-hate relationship with kale. We know it's good for us, point on that side. But when we make a salad at home, it just tastes like you're eating cardboard and it's hard to chew. Yet, when we have kale outside the house in a restaurant, it can be really delicious. So where are we going wrong? I think we're going wrong at home because we're not taking the steps that they take in a restaurant to make this softer, more delicious, and more like other greens. So we're going to talk about how we do that today as we make our delicious kale salad, and it will be delicious. So the first thing that we need to do is when we strip our kale, we're going to avoid all of this really hard fibrous stuff. We really just want the leaves, and we just want the tender part of the leaves. So we're going to go for just that green leafy portion. We're going to leave all the tough fibers behind, and we're going to go ahead and just tear them into bite-sized pieces because that's how one should serve a salad. No great hunks of greens that people have to take a machete to when they eat. And we're going to pick them off carefully, making sure we leave, and even these big veins, sometimes these big veins can remain too, so we can kind of skip them if they're really large and feel tough, because we want a really delicious kale salad. So we'll discard all of the really hard fibrous stuff. We're going to keep all of the luscious greens. Now we all know, it's really important, especially right now, to wash your greens. I've washed these greens 4 times and I'm putting them through my salad spinner. The salad spinner is terrific. If you don't have one, they're not expensive. You just have to find a place to store it afterwards. So wash, wash, wash right now. Avoid those bagged lettuces, and to be honest, I've been trying to avoid them for quite a while now. All of those bagged lettuces that you get in the supermarket, they are treated with bleach. Yeah, bleach. To try to kill all the viruses and stuff that could possibly be there. So when you open up a bag, don't you kind of get that bleach whiff? Yeah, that's what you're eating. So let's go back to where we were before, back in the day, and go buy a head of lettuce, maybe not iceberg, very low nutritional value anyway. We look for kale and other greens, wash them thoroughly, rinse them, and then you'll be in a good spot. Okay, now we're going to start working our magic with our kale. So these are the greens from one bunch of curly kale. It's a little over 8 cups. I mean, they can vary, right, from bunch to bunch, but this is about 8 cups of kale that's sort of pushed down in your measuring cups. So it will condense. Do you see it's a bit of a light green right now, and it's very fluffy in the bowl. There is still a little bit of moisture in there, even though we have spun it through this salad spinner numerous times, and that's okay because we have to let this begin to work a little bit. So I'm going to take about half a teaspoon of sea salt. I'm going to sprinkle that in there. I'm also going to take some lemon wedges, probably enough. I had some cut, so I'm just going to use it. And I'm going to do maybe half a lemon. Because what we're adding now, we're adding salt, we're adding acid with the lemon juice, and this is going to start to work on our kale. Okay. And finally, we're going to add just a teensy bit of olive oil. You know, in chef kitchens, they have squeeze bottles everywhere. And you can go buy a squeeze bottle, you know, even at the grocery store, like something like for ketchup or something. Put your good olive oil in it and you can use it. This is a really nice olive oil. Comes in the squeeze bottle, makes it really, really easy to use. So now we've added salt, we've added acid, we've added just a little bit of olive oil. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to massage the kale. This is really important for breaking down all of those big fibrous remaining fiber in the salad. Because we want this to we want it to change in how it feels in our hand. We want it to change how it looks. And then we will know we have reached the correct moment for our kale. Now you can do this a couple of ways. You can put your dressing on the kale and you can put it in the refrigerator and let it sit for several hours, and that will do a good job too. You can massage it as I'm doing right now, which is super quick. Do you see already how the volume has decreased? So you will be able to feel the kale softening, but you're also going to see a color change when you have gotten to a point where you've massaged enough. So we said 1 to 2 minutes. And you'll feel a difference in the kale the more you work with it, but the kale will also change color. So it's going to become, first of all, it's condensing. It's not as full as it was. So that means that breakdown is happening. And when we really get it to the point we're looking for, there's going to be a change in the color of the kale. It's going to become a darker green. So we'll just keep going here. Try to keep some in the bowl as we go. Cooking is messy. Cooking is messy. Wow, you can really tell huge difference in the volume in this bowl. So the volume has gone down at least by 1/4. And that was one bunch of kale. We're probably going to end up with about 3 or 4 cups of kale at the end. It was one small bunch. You can measure it. Okay. 2 things, massaging and time. Both of those will help break down the fiber in the kale. Now, at this point, if you wanted to add your salad dressing to it, you can do that. Because unlike other salad greens, kale's not going to wilt on you. You can keep it for 24 hours with salad dressing on it, and it's still going to be nice and good and taste just as good as you had it the first day, unlike other salad greens, which are going to wilt. So kale is really, really good for that. And kale is so good for you. So, so good for you. We can learn a little more about kale. But we all should be adding, greens like this into our diet. Kale has become one of those vegetables that's almost impossible to ignore, and for good reason. While it may have earned the title superfood, the truth is that it's simply a wonderfully nutritious leafy green that's been around for centuries. 1 cup of fresh kale is packed with vitamins A, C, and K, along with fiber, calcium, and antioxidants that help protect our cells from everyday wear and tear. Vitamin K is especially important for healthy bones, while vitamin C supports our immune system and helps our bodies absorb iron. The nice thing about kale is that it's incredibly versatile. You can toss it into soups and stews, blend it into smoothies, saute it with garlic and olive oil, or enjoy it raw in a salad. Like so many good ingredients, kale doesn't have to be complicated. It's hearty, affordable, and available almost year-round. Whether you're adding just a handful to a soup or making it the star of your salad, it's an easy way to bring a little more nutrition and a lot of beautiful color to your table. Wow, I can feel such a difference in the kale already. It's really kind of amazing. And you also are seeing a darker color, right? See how much darker that is? So we have now worked our magic. So we're just going to let this sit in the lemon juice and oil. I'm going to put a cover on it and put it in the refrigerator until we're ready to toss it with our dressing and all of our fixings. See how easy that was? This is going to be really tasty. All right, now we're going to work on our dressing. And I'm going to use 1 clove of garlic. Maybe not, it's a big clove, so I'm probably just going to use a portion of it. I'm going to use a very fine grate, because I want it to be more of like a super minced garlic. There we go. I'm just going to put that right in my bowl. I'm making sort of a small amount, so it's about 1/3 cup of olive oil. The salad serves 4. You can, of course, increase it to get to 6 or 8, but I'm just doing for 4 tonight. Go. I'm just gonna whisk that up. I have 3½ tablespoons of lemon juice. We're using lemon juice instead of a vinegar, but of course, you know, you can make whatever dressing that you like with this. If you like vinegar instead of lemon, you can use that. About 1/4 teaspoon of Dijon, which just gives it a little creamier note. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper. I never grate anymore without having this on. I never do it. I did grate olive Parmesan earlier, so it's freshly grated Parmesan, which I think is so important. We've talked about that many times. I'm gonna add some pepper, a little salt, whisk that up. Oh, doesn't that look nice? Then we're gonna add about 2/3 cup of Parmesan cheese. This is that freshly grated on a fine grate. I'm gonna add some shredded Parmesan to it as well. So let me get this in here. Okay. All right. So I have maybe about 30 minutes or so before I'm going to add this to the salad. I'm going to let these flavors just sort of all meld together, get a little richer. That looks really, really good. So I'm going to cover this and put it in the refrigerator, then we'll re-whisk it when we're ready to add it to the salad. So remember me talking about those tiny little croutons that they had at the Inn at Pound Ridge in their kale salad? We're going to do something a little different, but along the same vein. I'm taking panko breadcrumbs. I have about 1/2 cup here, the panko breadcrumbs. I'm going to put it in my skillet. I'm going to add some olive oil. Just enough to kind of coat the breadcrumbs. Not that much oil. You don't want them to be super oily or soggy, but just enough to toast the breadcrumbs. So, whoops. Be careful, be careful. And I have it in a great nonstick pan. I love this pan. I love this pan from Made in Cookware. It's got a ceramic base there. It's lightweight. It's really, really nice. So I've got it on about a medium-high heat. And just drizzle olive oil. That may be about, a quarter cup or so. I need to let it toast. I need to let it toast. Okay. So we'll give it a minute. All right, I cleaned up my mess. These things do fly around. It's a very nonstick pan. So the more I do that, the more I'm going to lose to the universe. But that's okay. You can see it's beginning to toast up pretty nicely. We'll get them nice and brown. All right, I think we're there. We don't want them to burn. Dadgummit. These things are flighty, so be careful. They are flighty. Okay, there we go. Whew, all righty then. Woo! All right, the dangerous part of the recipe is over. We have now toasted our panko breadcrumbs. All right, now we wait for the assembly. All right, here we are. And here is our beautiful kale greens. Now, if I was going to serve this as a side, I'd probably get 4 nice helpings out of it. We're going to have it as sort of a main course tonight. I'm going to put some little chicken tenders on top. I think it'll be really good. But before I dress it, I'm going to add something else. So at my favorite restaurant, the Inn at Pound Ridge, they add mint, and I don't have mint right now. So I'm adding something similar, which is lemon balm. I love lemon balm. It's very good for you. It's very flavorful. Has a beautiful lemon scent without the acidity, without that. So it's just going to be a really nice complementary flavor. Like mint is a complementary flavor. So I'm just adding, you can add about a cup of mint leaves to what we have here. And I'm going to add, I just went and clipped it. I don't think it's quite a cup, but it's not far from it. Not far from it. And then we're going to mix this in with our kale. Get it nice and torn. I could have chopped this too. Sort of equal the kale, but this will give it a nice little difference in texture. So here we go. Nice and fine. Ooh, boy. Oh, that lemon smells so good. So good. Oh, isn't it lovely in the summer where you can just go out and grow things and go pick them? It's just a wonderful, wonderful treat. I lived in apartments for a long time, so I tried to grow stuff on the fire escape. That didn't go over really well. But now I can, and I love it. I love it. It's a great, wonderful, wonderful treat. All right, so I'm just going to whisk a little of my dressing, which has been sitting and getting all those flavors melded together. And I'm going to add some. Going to toss it. We'll taste it. You want to make sure you don't overdress it, but you want to make sure you get enough. So, okay, let's see where we are. Oh, man, that is good. Really good. getting that garlic. Wow. The acidity from the lemon, the little tang of the Dijon, really tangy. Delicious. And this, I don't know if I'm going to add any more. I think we've got it nicely dressed. I don't want it to be overpowering. So for our main event salad, just gonna pile it in here. So this amount is good for a main course for 2, or if you want it on the side with another dish, it would serve 4. But you can always increase the proportions. Oh, wow. It smells so good. So good. I have some shredded Parmesan, which gives it a really nice finished look. We also have our lovely panko breadcrumbs. Yes, there are some left after they popped out all over my stove. These are very, they're so light, that's what it is. And we didn't add that much oil, so we're very light in the pan. Okay. Oh, how beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? That is a gorgeous, gorgeous salad. And with some chicken on top. Oh, it's just going to be a great meal. All right, I'm going to taste it once again with all the accoutrements. It's a big hunk of Parmesan in there. Oh, wow. Wow. That is so good. That is so good. These are amazing. You know, if you took a bag of croutons and you like smashed them all up, similar to this, but they're super crunchy. Give a really nice crunch to it. Now, if you want to, you could add pistachios, you could add cranberries, you could add any kind of stuff in there that you want. Cranberries might help to sweeten it up a little bit. Pistachios would be a nice crunch. But these croutons really do the job for you. So, fantastic! Look at that beautiful salad. How gorgeous is that? And it's so, so good. I'm so, so happy. So I hope you try it. If you want this recipe, you know what to do. You just go to almost-martha.com where you'll find this along with all the other recipes that I've done. And you'll see an invite to join A Seat at the Table, which is my new newsletter from me to you. It's free, it comes once a month with some special recipes that don't really need a whole video to explain, but they're old-time favorites. So, I hope to see you back here next week, right here on Almost Martha. I also hope to see you at A Seat at the Table.